I have worked hard, and that's one of the things that you learn in the fields. If you're going to finish the acres of food that needs to be harvested, you can only do it row by row. And certainly this group has accomplished that today. And it is a beautiful day for all of us to gather and to commemorate this accomplishment. I have the flu, so I'm going to have to take a little sip of water now. I am currently with Lansing Community College. I have responsibilities for external affairs and also grant development. As I was getting prepared for today and as I was thinking about what this day meant, I decided I wanted to wear this hat, and there's a reason for it. Because this is the hat that I wear when I work outside. And it reminds me of Cesar, and it reminds me of the 10 years that my family and I worked in the fields in Michigan. We came from Texas, and in the 60s, we picked asparagus, apples, peaches, pears, blueberries, tomatoes, planted onions, cucumbers. Oh, and that can, that's the size of the cans that we use to pick the cucumbers. Okay, so that's what that represents. On behalf of Lansing Community College, I wish to thank the committee for this privilege to honor a great American, Cesar Estrada Chavez. First comes the committee. It's important for all of us to give proper credit to, if it falls again, oh, very good. See? You got it. Did you work in the fields? There you go. It's very important for us when we gather to give proper credit to those who lead us in any effort that takes our community forward. So for the committee, this was the effort. They gathered, and this is what they accomplished. They renamed Grand River Avenue, commencing at Oakland and ending at Pine, an honorarium street name of Cesar E. Chavez Avenue. And also renamed city-owned Lot 56 the Cesar E. Chavez Plaza. The committee has been introduced. Now, as we gather as a community, would you join me? First, may I ask the committee to stand and step forward and face your community. And all of you, I'm sure, have practiced the farm worker applause. We're going to do that, okay? We're going to do that to thank these individuals that have led us in this effort. First, we start a slow clap. Thank you. This committee gathered, and what they strove for and continue to strive for is to preserving the legacy of Cesar E. Chavez through education, commemoration, service, and self-determination. Now comes the Old Town Commercial Association. On Friday, August 13th, 2010, a press conference was held. After many months of meeting and constant communication, the announcement was made that an agreement had been reached. Both organizations would file a joint application to the Lansing City Council requesting the renaming. CESAR would be proud of your efforts. I cannot think of a better way to honor his name than to have a joint agreement come together, because that was what he was about, was forging agreements, forming coalitions and forging agreements. And now comes Cesar. Cesar Estrada Chavez was born March 31st in 1927 in Yuma, Arizona. At age 10, after losing their family farm during the Depression, his family became migrant workers. He achieved an 8th grade education and attended more than 30 elementary and middle schools. He possessed an insatiable desire and intellectual curiosity. He was self-taught in many fields and well-read throughout his life. Cesar's life as a community organizer began in 1952 when he joined the CSO, Community Service Organization. They conducted voter registration drives. He managed and led campaigns against racial and economic discrimination. And he went on, I don't know how many of you know this, but he went on to become the national director of CSO. His dream was to create an organization to protect and serve farm workers. In 1962, he founded the National Farm Workers Association, which later became the United Farm Workers of America. For more than 30 decades, Cesar led the first successful farm workers union in American history, achieving dignity, fair wages, medical coverage, pension benefits, and humane living conditions, as well as countless other rights and protections for hundreds of thousands of farm workers.